Morning, everyone. Morning. Hope you're doing good. What a day we had yesterday. What a day. What an afternoon. Obviously, market chose to do it when I was out shopping for the day. But there we go. Everyone in the Discord, I'm sure, absolutely crushed it. If you were here yesterday early morning, you were prepared. Never, ever, ever did we talk about the shorts. Once we started trapping the shorts, the only move was up, and you were looking for bear traps all day long for a continuation squeeze higher into those earnings. This morning, we're gapping up. All right, big blowout earnings. Let's get on the daily. In Microsoft on Meta, and we've got Apple and coming tonight. So big gap up, leaving this gap here. All right, so gap and go so far this morning. Where are we heading for? The same areas we've been talking about for the last few weeks. So I'm going to have to take out magnet so that's not locked on. This level of liquidity here, the top Bollinger and the 200-day. So if we can get through, let's just call it 2050, there's a possible move up to sort of 20,300. 20,300. Yeah, pretty much there or thereabouts. Through that very top end will be an overextension over the top Bollingers into 20,500s. But we're really coming into targets. If you think about the size of the move from yesterday, right, about 1,000 points now once we get up into here. It's a big move. So what's the danger here? Well, if you were a swing long, if you're a swing trader from down here, or even if you took a position last night for the gap up, you look good. Is this a great location to be taking new money longs? No, it's not. Momentum's fantastic. Location is not so good, which makes this hard for us day traders, doesn't it? It makes it much harder for us day traders because it makes the temptation to be, hey, we're going to short this. No, my friends. No. All right. We are not in a market which requires a short yet. We are in a very, very squeezy market. There may well be a counter trend short if it starts letting go of Globex. Let's just talk about this. Value area high from yesterday and breakout retest is all the way down here. So 680s, 650s, 600s, this zone here. If the market wants to come down here, it absolutely can. It is still bullish from that point. All right, still absolutely, this would be what? It would be an RBS, resistance becomes support down here. So if a counter trend short opens up, that's where it's going to go. It can also just do a little sweep and a trap and a go. We've seen that signature yesterday. So potentially fails here, sweeps Globex, comes back inside, traps more, goes upside. That is also a possibility today. Very much like what we had yesterday. All day yesterday had the same play like that over and over and over again. If we get underneath Globex, back test, stay heavy, yes, potentially fill in some of these levels down into here. Very, very possible. It can also ignore all of that, have all of shorts completely trapped, open up and just go off to the races. That's going to be the hardest trade in the book to take because that's going to make you either want to chase or fight the tape. All right, so these days can be hard when we gap up this much after such a big push. Remember, yesterday, the trap was in this RBS like we talked about. There's your resistance, becomes support. The trap was the move down to there in the morning for the move back upside. Just wash out the bulls, trap shorts in, upside we go. That's why structure matters. It absolutely matters. We can also add an anchor on. Let's do that now from yesterday's pivot low. Maybe I'll do that on a lower time frame right here. Takes us just below point of control, or just above point of control actually, into yesterday's value area. So we have some single prints here. It might want to sort of repair, but these were all done. All of this was done in that Meta and Microsoft earnings up there. But yes, potentially setting up to go higher under here, back test, we come back down. I'd love a deeper drive down. That would set up a better move for us because that would give us the opportunity then to take the counter trend short and then to buy it back. Whether the buyback is today or tomorrow, it would open this up. Remember, we have earnings tonight and we have news again today. More news coming again today. So 9:45, 10 o'clock. more news again. Earnings were very, very, very strong. This market is holding up well and is absolutely in a short squeeze. We move to the lower time frame. You can see so far, I would say anyone who bought up here is trapped right now. So anyone from 530 onwards is trapped right now. If we reject that, we come back down and test maybe London low, Asia low, and we get through that on a back test, then this becomes possible. If we just do a little sweep, then we're going to go back upside. So these levels will be key today into those Globex lows, whether we hold up or not. If we go breakout retest above here, it's going to get very, very tricky because we're going to run out of liquidity to aim for. But there is that move for the top Bollinger and the 200-day that we talked about. 200-day and Bollinger sitting about the same place. Let's just call it 250s to 300. So ultimate target, 250s to 300s, somewhere up in here. That has you pretty much covered. If we have a look at the VIX, one thing I would say is, although the VIX has been drifting down, it's trying to curl. It can still be a bear flag down here, but it is curling off higher time frame demand. All right, low 23s or mid 23s and 24s. It's trying to find a bid there. How we act today is key. It's tried to already close the gap. We start reclaiming 25s and going upside to go and revisit, 25.70s, 26, 27s, then the market might offer that pullback. If it doesn't do that and we build out this bear flag on a 5-minute on the VIX and we get a breakdown underneath, let's just call it 23.50s, we can move down to 22s. We do that, this market's going to be an absolute rocket ship. Same things for the ETFs. All right, everything's in sync right now, looks pretty strong. Let me just make sure these all look good. The QQQ 200-day would be a move up to 491. The SPY 200-day would be a move up to 573. They both have supply before they get there, or definitely the SPY does. Let me just triple check that. Yeah, definitely the spiders do. So I'd say the first stop for the spiders, if it can keep going, would be that move to 564.50. Through that 570, through that 200-day. That's what I'd be looking for on the spiders if it's going to offer a continuation. You want to be very careful buying high. We've been in a very exuberant market. Let's have a look at the MAG quickly. These will all be gapping up, no doubt. Apple isn't. I did notice that. Apple had some news this morning. Where was it? Was it a New Zealand lawsuit? Something about the App Store and them taking too much percentage. But remember, Apple has earnings tonight. One thing I'd be careful of Apple is if it starts doing this move and then can be bought back for earnings. Apple normally drives up into earnings and sells off on earnings, but let's see. Microsoft, huge gap up, blowout earnings yesterday. There's your previous day close. There's the earnings gap, and we're drifting higher. So maybe Microsoft wants to come and revisit this before going higher. Maybe it just goes off to the races, but very, very strong. We talked about that for the last, month, 2 months, 3 months. Relative strength. I said to you there would probably have blowout earnings. You could see it in the tape. Relative strength. Amazon, more good earnings. Amazon's looking to base anywhere above here now for a continuation trade. Can afford to pull back deeper if it wants. Can form a flag here deeper if it wants, but it's looking for that continuation trade. Google gapping up. Remember, tech will follow the MAG now. If Amazon and Apple look good, the rest of tech will try and follow. Same kind of thing here on the Goog. Trying to build out this to go higher right now. Meta, again. Blowout earnings, up we go. Squeeze. This is very, very strong. That is a huge move up. Absolutely massive. So continuation higher. Shorts and puts getting cooked. Nvidia joining the party. Remember, like I said, tech will follow. So Nvidia, this will be your key level. Nvidia, hold of 111s, 110s. We said any dip underneath and around 100, probably likely to pay you very, very well on Nvidia, and it has. And you got one opportunity, sub 100. There is the head. Boom, off to the races we go. And Tesla, relative weakness compared to the rest of the market. Still not doing too bad though. Gapping down. Previous day low. in a range here, boxed in. Has the ability to break out if it wants to, if it can get going. That kind of has you covered. So most of the market, other than Apple and Tesla, gapping up off those big earnings in a big squeeze, but you do not want to buy high. So really, you've got to wait either for, if you're buying, either a trap under here and a return inside, a deep pullback and something down here, or a push and a hold and a go. Those are your buying opportunities. The selling opportunities will be a push down, a failure under previous day high in Globex for that roll back down towards 600s, or a push up and a failure back inside range for that move back down. Those are your only selling opportunities. I would not just be opening up looking for sales off the morning print here. I think that's very, very dangerous at the moment. Shorts are definitely stuck. They've been stuck for the last, I don't know, all week really. And when we look at those daily bars, all week they've been stuck. All they've done is add to their pain, trying to take breakdowns which haven't happened. So we have to respect that, respect what we're seeing. Let's have a quick look at who's in here this morning. Good morning, JD Florida Man, Jeff, Chris, Aaron, Crawford, Glenn, Ramos, Thumper, TR, Go for Hill, Christy, Mrs. Free, 84, Juan Carlos, Vince, Marek, Don Trades Gold, Array, Jesse M, Jeffrey, Donna Smith, Kaladin, Richard, Brad D, Mike, Jacob Up One, Scott, Capt, Brandon, Mr. Slim, Andrus, DK, Aga, Peter Curry, Willa Williams, Michael, Raphael, Moore, Minix, Leron Trentry, Arturo, John Lucan, TR, Marcel, Miguel, Peter Illis, J Bob, Ken, Miss Health Freak, Brian, Callan, AMC, Alibaba, Lindell. Good morning, everyone. Morning, 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 morning. Hopefully, morning, JJ. Hopefully, lots of you made good money yesterday. All right, those who were in Discord, even though I was away, all we talked about yesterday while I was out shopping was to continue looking for traps and drives higher. They made it a little bit tricky. They had the opportunity to, do like a very quick shoulder here, but they had to set a bear trap first, unfortunately. So you might have got knocked out if you played that, but you could have got straight back in. And then we held RBS, built a new flag, and off to the races we go. And that is the momentum right now. It's upside, but we are exuberant. We are up very, very high. It can easily come and backtest here and here if it wants to. I'd love it to do that. Not so much just for the short, just because I think it offers a better buying opportunity later. But let's see. Let's see. We have got to look out for that 20,000. I want to make sure. What is the high of that? 20,044. That is a very big level. Let's just make sure that's marked out. Watching that level on a higher time frame. All right, 30 seconds. Quick refill of coffee. Be right back. There we go, and I'm sure market should be open now. Oh, 5 seconds, look at that. Timed it well. All right, let it shake out the open. Remember, we're up high. Market's exuberant. Gladden was at a stand-up yesterday with some drinks before and after. A bit hungover today. I'll just watch. Yeah, do not trade. If you're mentally and physically impaired from alcohol, do not trade. Definitely don't. Just watch the market, see what we do. Let's get this New York open print in first. There's the open. All right, so NVIDIA 3.5% up, Meta 7.17% up, Google 1.35% up, Amazon 3.37% up, Microsoft 10.25% up, and Tesla's just gone green on the day, Apple 0.80% down. Remember, Apple down. Why is Apple down? There is a lawsuit. I'm pretty sure it's in New Zealand to do with the App Store. I remember reading it very early this morning when I first got up, so something to do with that. But remember, it's got earnings today. I'm sure it will shake it off. I'm sure it would shake it off. So back down to view up we go here. Market will look to take out this level up here today. That's what it wants to do if possible. Just depends if it needs a deeper pullback out the gate. Remember, we are up very, very, very high. All right, so right now it's trapped at the view up. Can it get back down towards sort of first level of Globex, the London low? And if we get under that, maybe we go for the Asia low. London low currently sitting around 19,900. I'm not in a hurry to trade this today. All right, I think what I'd like it to move lower. It will have to prove itself to me. I don't want to be one of the trap short sellers. We'll have to see if and where it offers buying opportunities at all. If we start getting heavy under Globex, I think we can get down to 700, 650, 600. This is the move right now down towards London low. Make sure I've got everything set up properly here. Don't want any more tech issues, that's for sure. Okay, finding a bid off or just in front of London low around here. That was very, very quick, wasn't it? Jeez Louise, didn't really get very far down there, did it? Trading straight back up to the New York Open, reclaiming the view up. Where have my flow zones gone? On my ES, there we go. So a little bit back and forth here as they shake out. Not in a rush to trade here, folks. Just want to see what we do. I want to see what we do versus London low versus Globex Asia low. Do we find bids there or are we looking to sell off? Previous day high there, 1880. Remember, cash gap, the cash gap all the way down here at 650. As a reminder again, we have news. We have news. 9:45, 10 o'clock. We have news. So plenty of ways that they can move this market around today. Watching this New York Open. If they start reclaiming New York Open, start reclaiming 19,900, then we're probably going to go straight back up for that. What was that level up here? 44s, 20,044s. So just let this shake out for now. Right back to the New York Open. Not in a rush here. I want to join a nice clear trend once we've set it in. Sort some of these charts out. I would really like it to clean out a lot of the areas first. Be nice. Like a Ninja Trader alert scared them. Let me just check this. Just remembered. Get James set up. I remember seeing that early this morning. Sorry, folks, I forgot to do this for one of my students. There we go. All right, James, if you're, or Jamie Hill, if you're on stream, just got you set up. Sorry, my friend. Totally missed me this morning. So it should be done. It might take a couple minutes because it has to adjust Ninja Trader's side on their server, but it should be all done. All right, market looking like it wants to come and test this London low here. And if we get through that, previous day high, 19,879, and then that Globex low, 19,868, something like that. And if we find bids down there or a bear trap down there, then we're going to go all the way for that 20,044 and up to the 200-day. If we start breaking down and staying heavy under that, then I think there is a possibility for a trade for some closures. So maybe down to sort of 850, 700, 650, 600. Like to be a buyer, just don't want to be a buyer high today. So might need that pullback leg. If we think about how the market moves, we just zoom out of this. Let's go to a 15-minute. It's a big move up. We'll need some form of pullback, maybe like this, maybe all the way down here. That's just a straight pullback. Maybe all we do is fade down today and that move comes tomorrow. Who knows? We don't know. But don't want to be buying up high right now. I'd like to see it move lower first, ideally. Like I said to the team in Discord, it can be hard days like this. Like, these are the days you want to be a swing trader. If you were long yesterday and could hold overnight, that's absolutely beautiful. Those are the days that you want to hold. When you know the earnings are good, you can hold for the gap up. You know too many traders are going to be silly and try and short it in the London and the Asia session. I won't say what channel was trying to do that last night, which did make me laugh. You can probably have a guess who it was. Always fighting against the market for 20 or 30 points. So stupid. Don't understand it. They make money out of people losing. Funny that. Going to wait until the news is over. Yeah, you're going to wait for 10 o'clock, Peter. I do not blame you. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same headspace there. I'm getting quite a lot of text this morning. A little bit of news here. I am releasing my first full single for well over a year and a bit as an alias. So they're setting it up for radio and everything at the moment. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, 9:45, 10 o'clock, Raphael, exactly. 9:45, 10 o'clock news. But no more DJ touring life for me. Those days are gone. I don't mind putting the odd tune out. Something nice to do away from trading. Although all it involves really is me sitting at a desk staring at another screen. Thanks, Razorback. Yeah, I'll put it in. I think it goes. They were just messaged now saying it's going to go on pre-sale on the 5th of May, available for download on the 6th of June. It's a bit of an Ibiza anthem. Should be. Hopefully, it does well. We will see. We will see. No big hopes and dreams for it. No adding to my old Wikipedia page this time, Chandler, please. This is a whole new alias. TR, I love playing with Fruity Loops. Yeah, Fruity Loops fun. All right, looking like it wants to come down for this London low into 19,900. There is liquidity on the tape here. There's a big buyer on the tape here at 910. 300 lot down there. Once we get through that previous day high, possible, and that Globex low, possible. And then I'll be looking to see two things. Are they going to trap under those levels? So once we get under here, I feel like that's missed a level. No, it hasn't. Are they going to trap? 18. This is off versus Ninja. Hang on, folks. Hang on, folks. What's that print on Ninja? 867. You have not drawn it properly, Alex. That's why. There we go. All right, this is what we're looking at. Does it sweep this to turn inside? These are the options. Does it sweep this to turn inside to come back up here? Or does it stay heavy versus this for a continuation down into here today? These are the options. So I'm just waiting for these to set up. You got news in 5 minutes. This can be, even if we come all the way down here, even if we come all the way down into here, right? This can be the counter trend leg to go higher. All right. If we did this move and it takes time, this move up might be next week, or maybe go sideways Friday on NFP would be unusual. and then up next week. We'll have to see. So we swept London there. Haven't swept Asia, but we did just sweep London. A little reaction off that so far. Apple trying to claw some back. Taking up on what am I releasing? I'm just releasing a solo. I have a little solo alias. I have a few aliases. Most of the time I'm making music for other clients nowadays, if I'm making music at all. And I do have a solo alias. So I have a new single coming. I'll share it when it's ready to go. When it's on pre-order, I'll share it. Just a little house number. Just in time for Ibiza. So we'll see. We will see. No one knows it's me right now, other than the label. I put out my debut under it last year. Did okay. Didn't do great. Did okay. But had some nice plays, some nice radio plays. Had guys like Guetta playing it and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how this one does. Cooler record, so hopefully we get some cooler DJs playing it, but let's see. They probably look at me and think I'm a bit of a geek now. If they knew it was me and they're like, this guy just trades all day, why am I going to play his record? All right, finding a bit of a bid there. Like we said, we cleaned out that big buyer in front of or at 1900, or did he pull? He pulled. I'm just looking at the tape. He pulled, actually. It was a 300 lot. A little bit got filled and the rest got pulled. The Avicii doc, yeah, it's a great documentary. I don't think it would be in the prog chart. I don't know what chart it would be put in. I don't know. I never look at Beatport anymore. I used to be obsessed with that. What pair? We're watching NQ right now. Waiting to see if we take out previous day high and Globex and if we form a trap down there, or if we're going to do a break and retest down there and go down to value area high. So really these levels are key that we're coming into. The bottom of this orange box and the red line. If we stay heavy on a retest under that, we have the possibility to go all the way back down to sort of 700, 650s. If we break under it and reclaim it, it can be a bear trap and we can just drift straight back upside. I'm also watching the SPY and the QQQ because how they are positioned is very, very, very different right now in terms of pre-market and after hours action I'm talking about. Alex, I love to watch the market on your Ninja Trader indicator. Everything makes sense. Yeah, it's very clean, isn't it? Does all the hard work for you. Very, very clean. Right, so little reaction here after sweeping London. We still have not taken out previous day high and Globex low. I'd really like to see the market take those out before it thinks about doing anything else. You've got news coming here in 45 seconds, folks. What kind of music? House music. It's a pretty big reaction in front of this news. All the way back up towards VWAP here. Let's see what this newsprint is. Be careful. If you're in a trade right now, be careful. This might get thin. You have 10 seconds until that print. Back to VWAP. SPY at VWAP. QQQ not quite there. QQQ is lagging behind the NQ. Finding a rejection there so far on the Qs. VIX trading at 24.29, reclaiming previous day low as well. Starting to trigger a little bit of upside here. Starting to see some news hit the blodder. I'd much rather get long if I can see VIX start failing underneath sort of those lows of 2360s. Here's the push to VWAP. It's going to be a pain. If this is going to leave Globex untouched, it's going to be a pain for us. We've swept London. We've left Asia. We've left previous day high. We found a bid in front of it. I'd much rather this comes under 19,865s or whatever it is first before doing this drive. We now have the opening range. We're driving back up to New York Open. This would be a key level here. If we start getting over this, then buyer starts to move to that upside move. We have stops probably at 19,000. What is that? There's a lot of nines there. 990. All right, and we get over that. We're going to go for 20,044s. I think it was that red line up above. 44s, yeah, 44, 45. So over this probably can start triggering a squeeze up. We would have rathered it started to sweep first. Be much better if this swept first, but it seems to be unwilling to do that right now. Right into that New York Open. This is key here. If they backtest VWAP here and find a bid, we can probably squeeze. Big, big, big contentious level. Here's the squeeze. They're starting it. Right, are we going to go all the way for 44s then? That's the question now. Right into that New York level. We need a pullback here to set something. They're going to make this tricky into 10 o'clock. I can already tell. I would have much rather we sweat that liquidity. It's a shame, but we did take London out, I guess. And this feels like it just wants to go and take out 19,090s for that move up to 20,044s. Just having a quick look at the tape here to see who's on it. 19,900s. What's the upside? Not much. Still looks fairly thin here. Maybe starts to thicken up after 10 o'clock. Delta starting to go green here for sure. Buyers in the tape here. Market's holding up pretty well. Tesla 1.17% up. Nvidia 4.35% up. Meta 5.5% up. Google almost 1% up. Amazon over 2.5% up. Microsoft just shy of 10% up. And Apple 0.34% down. But Apple finding a bid. As you would have known, Apple was just under 1% down, I think it was this morning. This has the chance to go for 44s and above here if they can set the squeeze. It's a big if. No pullback yet. This is just getting stuck here in front of the orb. We print out, what's the orb here? 1990 or something. If we print out on top of 1990, maybe they trigger a bit of a squeeze. Holding 75s there. You'd like to see this come down and find a bid. Tricky leaving it inside opening range like this, and very tricky having not swept. So one thing I'd be fairly uncomfortable with right now, the fact that they have not swept. Leaving that Globex, leaving that previous day high. But all the indexes finding a bid in front of previous day high right now. Much rather like a solid back test of it, and maybe even a dip under it would be better, really. So right, that New York Open. Maybe after 10 o'clock. Still inside the opening range here across the markets. That looks like it might be the dip. Are they going to try and drive this out or not now? Didn't quite get to view up, did it? I'm trying to... My eyesight's terrible this morning until I'm tired. What's that view up at? 50s. Okay. Let's see, let's see. Still inside of opening range. Okay, book's starting to thicken up here a bit. Sellers at 80, 85, 90, 95s. So all in front of that 20,000, that big psychological level. And we've got 9 minutes until the news. Hopefully, once we get through the news, it would get a little bit easier. Get all the news out the way. This looks like it wants to bid up, though. It looks like it's building that liquidity to bid upside right now. I would much rather this here had come and done this rather than come shy of it, because we've left low-hanging fruits here. That makes me uncomfortable, because I know if they want to do this, they can just do it, especially with that news coming in like 8 minutes now. But it's looking like it's building out for this move here. There we go. There's the opening range. So tap the opening range. Did we tap 20,000? Tap 20,000. Man, I'm finding myself squinting a lot here. Time for a new eye test, I reckon. Jeez. So just shy of 20K there. VIX still sort of trying to grind upside, creating like a big channel here. Stuck underneath the previous day low right now, but no big selling on the VIX yet. And it looks like it might want to go for a bit of a gap fill here on the VIX. So we've got to be careful here thinking about longs. Knowing that we've left liquidity. Just sat waiting. Let's get this news out of the way and go from there. So just dancing around the New York Open. We're inside the opening range. Opening range 108 points this morning. We've left liquidity underneath. Globex and previous day have not been taken yet. Let's just wait and see. Back to view up we go. Bit more selling coming into Apple here. Rest of the market holding up very, very nicely. Holding its gains well. A bit of profit taking at the morning open, but that's it. VIX is right at previous day low. So the one thing I'd be cautious about if VIX starts breaking out and going for that gap fill to the upside. Let's see if we start breaking underneath Globex and previous day high, and then see if it can make a decision. If it wants to stay heavy, we can join for the counter trend short down towards 600s. If it's going to do the trap, sweep underneath and turn on inside, we can join for the pro trend long back towards 20,050, holding runners for the top Bollinger Band and the 200-day moving average. Something will set up. Relative weakness here in the Qs. Yes, only coming back down into view up right now. SPY doing the same. Qs well underneath. Apple dragging that market down right now. VIX trying to break out here. This is what I'm talking about. If you're looking at the VIX on a 5-minute, you can see it. It's trying to build that move to go for that gap fill up towards 2470s through there, 25, maybe a back test of 25. So you want to be cautious. If VIX starts breaking out here, you cannot look for longs. Just sat waiting. Gonna have to be patient. Like I said, it's not ideal for day traders days like today when we've basically 1,000 points up from the low of yesterday. How much more juice have they got? Remember, most of this move up was just shorts getting squeezed out more than genuine buying, other than the earnings. You'd expect some profit taking for those sort of swing longs from this week, and then we have to wait and see. It is a big gap up. They want to fade that gap, they can absolutely do so. News incoming, top of the hour. Get that new 4-hour bar and we go from there. We can see what's what. Some days are like this, folks. Not always a banger straight out the gate. Some days you just got to wait. Let it play to the levels and then go from there. I'm just looking at the book here. 50 locked down at 19,900, but not much beneath until 19,825. Back down towards that London low again. This is where we found a bid from this morning. Again, we left previous day high and Globex low 19,080. Is that right? 19,880, 19,868 or something. Those are the levels we're watching. How it trades in and around those. Does it flush down, stay heavy on a retest for a move, for like a good 200 point down move it will offer if it does? Or is it going to trap underneath here and be bid back up? Again, Apple almost 1% down now. Apple's starting to drag the market down. Microsoft with some profit taking. Remember, we were over 10% up. We're now under 9% up. Meta with some profit taking as well. As expected, if you'd woken up, up that much, you'd start locking in some profits. There goes the VIX, all right? VIX just gap filled like that. As soon as I look back over, it's done it. Back to PDC. All right, so it might go and back test 25s now. 24.69 currently. That was a big push out from the VIX. Nice, Richard. Yeah, flow zones offered a short down there. 1 minute left till news. Back to the orb. Back to London here. You would really expect them to try and sweep these lows, but so far it looks like it's trying to protect everything, doesn't it? $30 seconds left. Here we go. Here's the move for those lows. There we go. So previous day, all high, almost tapped there. ES is lagging well behind, folks. So as is the SPY. They've got a long way to go on the index, on the ETFs, if they want to do any of these moves. As we trade into previous day high here on the futures, and Globex just underneath. So how we act after this point is going to become absolutely vital here, folks. My market's frozen. I don't know about you. Woof. ATR's gone absolutely bonkers. Just let this calm down. The book is completely cleared out. There is no one on the book right now. Let this calm down, please. This is like there's literally no one at home right now. They're only just starting to come back on the book. So they cleared for that newsprint. And I had completely froze for me when I saw that. Do they bid this back upside now? Yeah, book's very, very thin here. Let them battle this out. We can join once it calms down. You're only like 45 seconds in from this news. Let this calm down. ISM manufacturing, 48.7 versus 47.9, pretty much in line. Globex did get taken there. ES did trade into previous day high. Here's Globex again. This is the question. Do they start absorbing? Do they create a trap underneath this gold box that we've talked about? And we've swept it. Do they create a trap underneath this for a trade upside? Or do they start staying heavy underneath this for a deeper drive lower? VIX now trading into PDC. Book's still very, very, very thin here, folks. So you start to try and calm this down a little bit. So far, sweeping Globex, no follow through to the downside on Globex right now. It can still come. There's plenty of downside if they want it today. Just let this calm down. Market looks confused, doesn't it? These are the key levels that we talked about. Just let this calm down, figure it out. Do they bear flag this for a move down, or if they finish trapping and they're going upside? I have no idea right now because everything's flat. We're pretty much flat. ES back to VWAP, SPY back at VWAP, QQQ rejected VWAP on that last drive higher. They can bear flag this and break down if they want. They can squeeze right to the upside if they want. I no idea what they're looking to do here. I don't think they really know either, if I'm honest. Everything flat. This is not what you want to see. When you see everything flat like this, not very nice. But we did sweep Globex. That's the one thing I would say. We have swept it. ES back to view up again here. How much did we sweep it by? Only by a tick or two on that Newsweek. It's not by a lot, is it? Was that enough to trap? Big rejection there on the VIX off PDC. Divergence here on the tape a little bit. Are they going to find some bids here? Just sat in no man's land here right now, I would say. Market trying to get going. The question is it a bear flag to break down, or are they going to start trying to reclaim here? Are they going to go for that 44s? They're trying to force that squeeze. Here's VWAP coming. VIX starting to break down here. Now underneath previous day low here. I just don't fully trust anything yet. Here's VWAP. ES looking strong. NQ not through VWAP. ES comfortably through VWAP. So divergence slightly between the two. NQ lagging behind because of Apple. Apple making it impossible for the NQ to move up right now. Almost 1% down. But if Apple gets going, we probably get going upside towards that 20,044. Through VWAP now on the Qs. Are we going to force this squeeze? ES looking very, very good. Relative strength in the ES. Morning, John. So QQQ stuck at VWAP, NQ stuck at VWAP, ES comfortably through it, SPY comfortably through it. We did sweep the Globex lows, but only on a newsprint by a wick or two. It's a little bit nasty here. Everything's flat. You're only 37 minutes into the day. You've got plenty of time to wait. Do not need to be forcing this. I'm not 100% sure that was enough of a sweep of that Globex low and previous day high, but let's see. Do they want to hold bids on ES at VWAP? ES didn't quite hit previous day high. It got very, very close. Just sat waiting. See if we can move outside of range at some point. I don't really mind which side we play here. I don't mind playing downside if we're going to stay heavy versus Globex. I don't mind playing upside if we're going to trap. Back down towards previous day high in Globex we go. Yeah, the charts are ugly so far this morning. Like I said, it's not ideal day trading scenario right now. When you have swing traders so far up in the money, it's going to make it harder. So you're going to require some patience. Where's my... There we go. Pull this across on Ninja. So ES just doing a little bit of a battle here around the VWAP. Bit of a broadening formation here in the New York session. This is not very pretty, is it? Something like this. And everything's flat. Not very nice. Going to require a bit of patience. We said if we get stuck underneath Globex and previous day high, if it's going to stay heavy, there is a much bigger move down towards sort of 650s. If it's going to find a bid under there and trap, we go back upside to take out those highs into 20,044 and the 200-day moving average. Those are the plays right now. There's liquidity both sides right now. VIX is just stuck between PDC and PDL. You're going to require patience here. You cannot force your way into this market. The big seller come on the tape at 19,960. He's probably not legit, but that's where he is, just so you know. Probably trying to pull the market up there, or we will see. Time will tell. Back towards the orb here. ES back to VWAP again. Apple now 1.13% down. Tesla now gone red as well. You're continuing to see a bit more profit being taken out of Microsoft and Meta here as well, folks. Remember, those gapped up really high. Microsoft was almost 11% up, now 8.5% up. Sorry. Continuing to chop around here. So we've got a lower high here set in New York, but we've got a broadening range. There's a high, high, lower high. If we get a breakdown here, the question is, does it do this or this move here? That's what I'm waiting to see. Waiting for it to make a decision. Underneath London now, right at that opening range print, right at previous day high. ES with relative strength. Tesla trying to find a bid here by the looks of it. Trying to go red to green. Sat on my hands right now, just waiting. Yes, now under VWAP. They're just battling here. Not too much buying down lower, interestingly. Like, I'm not seeing a whole lot of buying down lower. No one down there sort of hovering around to get filled. Maybe at 865, 860, and that's about it. So towards the low of day, that's about it right now. Peter, I have no idea. We have to see how the next few weeks shape out. Right now, it doesn't look like it, but things can change very, very quickly. You know, really, we're up on an exuberant market, but has anything really changed on the tariffs? That's the thing. It feels like we want to move higher now, but you know, I'm here to day trade. We will see. Like I said, I would love the market to move lower from a swing point so that I can pick up more ETFs cheap. But right now, it's showing an unwillingness to do it. Yeah, you can, exactly. You can just leave offers down there. Leave some bids down there. Wish bids. Is there, Willa? That's news to me. Where did you see that, Willa? Or when's it supposed to come out? Choppy, choppy, choppy. Protecting the orb low, protecting previous day high. We just tapped into it again, finding some bids there. No washing beneath this yet. Are they going to squeeze this higher? Who knows? They've got the opportunity to, if they want to, go all the way back up. Reclaiming flow zones here. Are we going to go up to VWAP, backtest VWAP, and go back to New York? Market trying to find a bit of a bid here. VIX starting to break down a little bit here. Let's see. VIX testing the bottom of that 5-minute channel. If VIX starts to break down, then we might get squeeze relief in this market. Big if right now. Big, big, big if. I'm absolutely not convinced in anything right now in this market. If we get going, we know the targets. But It is tricky. VIX is starting to let go. 24 is now on a VIX. Nice, Aid. Yeah, just be calm. Oh, look at that. There's the squeeze. All right. Watching ES here, you can see the highs that ES is trying to take out. It wants to move upside on the ES. NQ back to VWAP. Who knows here? It's a bit of a dance, isn't it? There's lots of sellers up here on the ES. You can see it 3 times. VIX breaking down underneath 24 now. I don't know if the market's got the juice to get back upside through the New York Open. That's kind of the question right now. If we can get through VWAP, we can get to New York Open. If we get up there, we can get to 20,000. If we can get to there, get to 20,044. Markets all green other than Apple, though. Apple is holding the Qs down today. Apple is the problem. If Apple starts to find a bid, remember Apple earnings later, if Apple starts to find a bid, we probably go for a bit of a squeeze out. We're stuck here at VWAP on the ES. We're stuck at the deep pullback flow zones on the ES, on the NQ. There's maybe a move up towards New York Open here. Watching into that 5,650 on ES, you can see they keep selling that over and over and over again. And VIX now just found a bid off demand. So this is going to be choppy. They've got to chop everyone up to build that liquidity. They lack liquidity right now. If we're going to do a W shape here, it's going to have to recover. We can afford to wait for it to do something like this. And you can join up here if you want. You are in danger of them just doing this. And they can broaden this out and broaden this out. $508 lot at 19,960 if you believe it. Why do I say if you believe it? Because the last few times he's spoofed. The last few sessions. Are we going to get through VWAP and test him though? Trading up to test him. Is he real? 500 lot there. Is he real? I'm going to bet he's not real. He stayed there. Maybe he is real. So 5,650, the key over under on ES, I'd say. I don't think we filled him. We got right up to him, didn't fill him. You're just in the midpoint right now. You're just sat at VWAP. There's nothing to do here. Yeah, I think they're going to pull it. That's what I think. I think they'll pull it, but we got right up to him and he didn't pull it. We were a tick away. ES cannot get through these 50s. It cannot break through clean and trade upside right now. It's where it's struggling. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts up here now. Ugly action this morning. Nothing to do here at all. Sitting on the hands. Yes, another attempt. Tick away. Can't do it. Another attempt. Tick away. Can't do it again. They cannot get through. They're going to chop and chop and chop and chop. We're still underneath that New York Open. QQQ cannot get through its VWAP. NQ keeps getting stuck, same kind of level. My bias at the moment is upside, but it can't do it. So we have to respect, like, when it can't do it, you have to respect what's in front of you. Kind of think, need to be patient here. Are they going to build this flag and have another attempt now? This guy's still on the tape. I think he might be legit for once. I think he's legit. He's still there. Yeah, exactly. He's still there. I think he might be real. There he goes. Let's trade upside then. If we're going to get through that, you might as well keep going. ES having another attempt here. 650, can't get through it again. Tap through it, finding sellers again. This is huge, huge levels here, folks. The fact that we're going through and not finding continuation should be speaking to you. This is not easy here. This wants to get going. It's got to get through the New York Open, the lower time frame algo, and then trade upside towards those 44s and top Bollinger Band. Apple trying to find a bid, desperately trying to find a bid here. Are we going to get going now? Is there any continuation in this market? ES trying to clean out these stops above 55s now. Maybe now we get going. Lower time frame algo here now. Big level. New York Open here, lower time frame algo here. Through this, we go back up towards opening range high, I would say. VIX finding a bid off that same level, basically around 24s, just under 24s. Keeps finding a bid. There's New York Open again. They're trying to trigger the squeeze now through the New York Open back towards current opening range high. Have they caught enough today? ES already getting right up there. I think it's already taken it out. It has. The next level on ES is 5,662, somewhere around there. We're still in the opening range here, folks. We've got 7 minutes left until initial balance. We're in a tightened range today, 136 points. That's all we've traded inside right now. We're not outside the range. We're still inside of Globex. We're inside of the opening range. Nothing has changed here. Can they trigger a bigger squeeze? ES going for those highs now. $662, those highs on ES, overnight highs. Relative strength there on the ES like it's been all morning. VIX really starting to break down. Need Apple to find a bid. That's all that's slowing us up. Can Apple find a bid? So far, still 0.5% down on the day. It's the only one red. If Apple starts to find a bid, remember it's second biggest company in the stock market. It's got earnings tonight. If that can find a bid and run up, it will help this market move higher. John Dennis took the long 922.50s on the flow zone recovery. Very nice. Holding New York now. They're making this tricky. They are making this tricky. The big push-pull here. This is massive levels now, because if ES starts to break out And if Apple can find a bid, we're going to go for 20,044s. It's trying. It's trying. It's just got to get through Globex. Don't want to see a big pullback here. This is a battle. Absolute battle. Every time I think it's got a shot of going. ES can't break out. They're still holding it in range. We're still inside the opening range. We can be patient. Thought about having a little go there, but I'm thinking better about it if it's not going to show me momentum. Yeah, same, Peter. I thought about it here. VIX now starting to break down under 24s. Apple just stuck at these 211s, 211.45s. We're just stuck inside a Globex. No change here whatsoever. Yeah, Willa, yeah, the last few weeks. Yeah, learning what a squeeze market is. This is absolutely it. When shorts are cooked, this is what happens. You get very shallow pullbacks and a bit of a battle, and then we go straight upside like we did yesterday. Apple trying to find a bid here. This is the opening range high here at 999. I can't say it. 19,990. If we get through that, take out 19,995 up to 20,000. I think we can trade all the way up to 20,044. That's where that liquidity is. Through that, we have a shot. We have a shot of that top Bollinger Band and 200-day moving average. That's just watching this opening range here. We're right at the opening range. There's the stop run, 20,000 here. Now, do they sell this? Or are we going to have that move for overnight highs? So stop ran 20,000. Taken out all sellers in the New York session. We have a move higher if we want it. 20,044. We did just sweep there. We did just sweep there. We need to be careful. They're not going to make this easy today, that's for sure. We knew it. We knew they would not make this easy today because swing traders are in the money. So would you want to be adding more new money longs here? The probability is no. You probably don't want to be adding new money longs if you're swing long already. But 20,000 break here. Can we get through 20,000, trade up to 20,044? Can we get through that and trade even higher towards the top Bollinger Band? Apple starting to find a bid now. Can Apple go red to green on the day? Be the bigger question. Does this pullback hold the opening range? Here's the pullback towards that opening range where we just broke out from. ES is doing the same thing here. So psychological level here at 20,000 level. Bids on the tape around 19,985. I think there's a move to 44s. We've got that resting liquidity up here. Come on, up here. This is where it wants to get to. This is a major stop run up here based on daily and weeklies. If it can get up here, but look at this structure. There's the W. There's the hold of it. Hesitated there a little bit for me. Can it build something out here? Now I have initial balance set. So does it build a new flag to go higher here? Yep. Yeah. That's the little trap, the liquidity build for that bar. Absolutely. Tyson, I'm talking to there. We're straight up here. Shorts are getting squeezed. That's why we're straight up. I want to see a pullback here and see if they hold it, because we need to be careful if they've just swept, which is what ES has done. ES just broke out of overnight highs and is pulling back. So stealing the liquidity, how deep does this go? Do buyers come back in this market, or was that their job? Did they just want to get up to that level and they're saying, hey, we've had enough now. That's all we wanted to do. Just squeeze them out. Again, they can come pretty deep here. The range is pretty big. There's the flag. They're trying to build that flag out around the orb. Failing above 20,000 though so far. New York open here at 71. How we at there will be key. Failing of that, straight back down to VWAP. ES2, a key level right here, right now. Still no trades. I want to get involved in longs if it sets up. I'll get involved in shorts only if we're going to break down underneath the Globex lows. I'm not interested in shorts otherwise. Right now, shorts feel a little bit trapped to me. So does this flag set up? Holding the orb there or thereabouts. Rejection of orb there again. Can't get back through 20,000 here. Oh, messy. VIX finding a bid. Don't like that on the VIX. Definitely do not like that on the VIX. Reclaiming 24s on the VIX. That's a big over-under today, I'd say. Holding in front of New York. How do we act here? That opening range and 20,000 key. Did they build the flag here, or is it a lower high? That looks like a lower high starting to try and be set here. No bids in this market now. This may very well be a no trade day for me. I want to trade upside for that 20,044, but if it can't get through 20,000, if it's not going to offer a high low here, it's going to be very hard to get involved. And if VIX is going to keep doing this nonsense and not break down underneath the lows, it's going to be very hard to buy it. VIX screaming now through 24s. Can reprice all the way to previous day low, and then how we at there would be key. I want to be a buyer in this, but it's very hard to be thinking about buying this high. This is what they want. They want everyone to buy high, and then they can wash them out. They did just sweep the old hourly high as well. Testing 24s again here on the VIX. Need to see this breakdown. 24s to 24, 25s, you want to see VIX break down there. That will allow this market to push higher. $20,000s here. Do they let it through? Did they even get there then? No one on the book here. We should just go upside now. If we're going to do it, you've got to do it. Stop messing about. Here we go. Right, let's look for a break here. Let's get through the initial balance high, please. Hold 20,000s on the back test. Get through the initial balance. No, that's not what I want to see. You've got to hold that initial balance. Can we trade through here? 20,000s on the dot. I see VIX break down, which we're starting to see, looking a little bit better here. We've got to trade through 20,000s, through the IB high for a squeeze up. If it can't do it, it's not going to happen. I can't force it. There's the IB. Come on. That's all it's got, is it? That is pathetic. Come on. There we go. All right, so 20,044 is where I think this is going to try and go. It wants to take out that liquidity up high. 20,044 is the target. And then through that, we're looking at 200-day. Obviously, I'm in this long now, like I said, if we hold the dips. 200-day, and here we go. Come on, keep going. 200-day and the top Bollinger Band. We went over this right at the beginning of the show. These are the targets here. 20,044, this pivot here, and then all the way up to 20,277 to 20,300. So locking some in here, partials along the way. You've got to respect these overnight levels. We're into red box, so take some profit into here. If we set up here for a rego, or even better, above here, then we keep drifting higher, especially if Apple can go red to green. Geez, that took some time, didn't it, for it to build out with the flow zones here. But this here and this is where I entered this here for this move. 44's on deck. That's where it wants to go. 44's on deck. Can we get 44's? 44's, 44's. 44's. Can you give me 44's? We want 44's. We don't want less than 44's. We only want 44's. We take out that pivot. So right into supply from pre-market here. This is where we found all the sellers pre-market. Looking to trade through that to get to 44s. Again, make sure you're locking in some profit here, folks. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, so we'd want IB to hold here. Ideally, I don't really want it to come back there, but we'd want it to hold. Got to be careful. ES has poked through IB and is already trading under it. Got to be careful here. They are protecting those 44s so far, selling in front of it. Big drive down. Here's the IB test. Failing here, all out. Not holding through this if it can't hold it. Nice IB test. Come on, back up you go then. Back up you go. Perfect IB test here. Back up you go. Straight through it. Don't you dive. Straight through it. Straight through it. Come on. Come on. Doesn't like those 20s. ES back through its IB high. We back tested it. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, go, 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 go. Come on, market. Follow through, follow through, follow through, follow through. Come on, market. Follow through. Follow through on the IB. Follow through. Here we go, market. Come on, 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 come on. Looking for the break. Looking for this break. We held the initial balance. Come on, get going. Moving my stop up to IB now. Oh, my days. Sorry, 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 sorry. Held the IB, looking for that move higher. Move my stop up to here. Here we go. Can we get through this now? Looking for a squeeze higher. Come on, market. It really should not be this hard. You make it so hard all the time. Here we go. Let's go 44s and then through 44s for runners. Let's go 44s through 44s for runners. That break of this high, 35 would be a break of the current overnight high or pre-market high, and then I think we can get going. God, we had to wait for that today. Come to daddy! Woo! 44s, baby. What did I say? Job done. Come on. Who's giving it to you like that on stream? Come on. Come on. W, push, pullback, missed it, pullback, flow zones, long, push, pull, retest of IB, out. All calling it before it happens. Come on. You. Nice work, team. You can see the power of the initial balance in the orb. There was your RBS. There was the flag. There was the flow zone hold. Above New York was key for me. There's the push. There's the pullback. RBS and initial balance. Low-hanging fruit here and here. We can keep going higher, by the way. It can keep going for the 200-day and the top Bollinger. But this is the low-hanging fruit. 200-day and top Bollinger, like we talked about on a daily. All right, this is where it really wants to go. We've gone, this is the target I was talking about on Sunday night for those in Discord. We just hit that target. This is the extreme, 200-day moving average, top Bollinger. This is the next level. So I'd say 300 basically, 270s to 300. But we just got the low-hanging fruit. It was not an easy trade today. They made that very, very hard. Very, very hard, but we got it. So W's in chat. Lots of you got that. Let's see you got that with me. Lots of you got that. Peter got it. Tyson, Scott, Phenom, Jesse, Maurice, Aid, BU, Andrus, Jaken up one. Jeffrey, Vince, Ash, Trentry, Maurice, Minix, Glenn, Jeff, LMNO, Omar. John Dennis, you're welcome, buddy. Leron got it. Phenom leaving runners. Raphael, Steve C, Chandler, Lee Kim, Max, Mike Thumper, Brad, Brian, Brandon, Chris, Andrus, J Bobs, John Dennis, Miguel C. Lots of you getting this here. This makes me happy. Look at all of you crushing it. Myron got it. Moore got it. Cap got it. Alan Bailey got it. Priska, Peter. Make that stake money. Yeah, exactly, Ironclad. Raphael. Ash Loren. Nice work, team. Nice work, team. All right, I'm just like chilling now. That was the play that we wanted. We got the play we wanted. Now we just wait. Just wait. There is more upside available. Like we said, it can keep going 200-day if it really wants to. And top Bollinger, but we need to let it build out a bit of liquidity now. Callum got it. Nice. Yeah, please hit that like button, everyone. Please hit that like button. Hopefully you learned why I was looking for it. The most important thing, even if you didn't get it, understanding what I was looking for and why I was looking for it. That's all you needed to understand. What I was looking for and why I was looking for it. Why did the market want to go up there? Why did the market want to go up there? It was max pain for shorts, all right? Swing shorts. Just going to go over this. The market always wants to inflict max pain. That's what the market's job is, to make sure no one wins. No one wins. So this day here, yesterday, wanted shorts to come in under here. We said it's a big level. Support, 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 resistance, 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 support, support. Yesterday it became support again. All right, this was the trap. Shorts came piling in, looking for this gap fill. Did they get it? Did they F? No, they didn't. They got trapped. We go upside. Where's the max pain for swing shorts? Imagine that you were a swing trader who was short on this leg and you added back in here, we've pivoted over your stop. Your next stop is here. That was the target. That's the max pain. Where's the max play that the market can go? Very rarely do we do stuff like this outside the Bollinger. There. This is where the market's trying to go now. All right, so continuation is 270, 300 on the day. Understanding why the market moves in a certain direction will help you build thesis. It will help you understand. I was not interested in shorts today unless, what did we talk about? Unless we stayed heavy on a back test under here for this move down to there. And even then I said this is still counter trend because this can be a higher time frame long. But we held. We trapped under here, go back to the start of the stream. I said if we sweep Globex and we trap and trade inside, it's probably a long. I was not convinced that this was enough. I'm going to be honest. Like, we swept this by like 7 points or something, and it was on the news. It was right on the newsprint. So I wasn't convinced. I thought maybe we'd do one of these first, but we didn't. That was enough, and now we go off to the races. Raphael, yeah, we're planning to give me a second, mate. That's the second time you've asked. Like, let me just, like, you know, teach people. When did I jump in? I was in here. 91s to 50 points. 50 points. All right, if we drift higher here, we're going to go for those 20,277. Apple's just gone green, by the way, folks. Apple now green on the day. So if we're going to hold flow zones and go higher, that's where we're going to go. You need to be careful here. It's auction theory versus failed auction theory. Max since 29th of April, my account now is 24,700 up. Lovely work. Lovely, lovely work. So here goes the break. They continue to squeeze this higher. If you're holding runners, you look okay here. Sort of psychological number of 50, probably key. And if we keep going, again, there's 200 points higher if it really wants to keep going. If it really wants to keep going, there's another 200 points in this for you. 50's key here. So failing in 50s here. Stop checking 50s, and then we see what's what. So looking at the book, 20,060 on the book, 20,100 on the book. Remember, we're up massive, folks. Just remember that. We're up massive. We're up just under shy of 400 points. We're up over 1,000 points since that low yesterday. So just be aware of that. If you do the course, you will not have to ask anything, just saying. Yeah, quite right, Leron. You understand it all. We had the weekly model. We had everything in Discord planned out, didn't we? Like, if we go back, those in Discord will be well aware of what we were looking for this week. I'll pull this up. We went back over it again this morning, but I said, go back to what we talked about Sunday night. This was Sunday evening. This is what I was looking for this week. All right, as clear as you get. This is what I was looking for on the VIX, a breakdown under 25. Every single thing was there from Sunday. The plan was made out Sunday. It really depends on the market and the account I'm trading max. But normally I start, at the moment I'm starting with 2, 3, 4 micros, and I'm building into those positions up to 20. Just because of the volatility. So I can build in, add into my winners. You got a new hourly bar here coming, folks, in 10 minutes. Just be aware of that. Yeah, I don't trade big size. Lots of my students trade much bigger size than me. I like to trade multiple accounts, small size, base hits, take money out of the market. That's mentally how I need to trade. Just find it easier to do that and scale into my winners. Lots of you trade much bigger size than me, which is fine. We each have our own technique. Some of you trade 1 account or 3 accounts or 5 accounts. You use 1, 2, 3, 4 minis. 5 to 10 contracts on NQ. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's aggressive. But if that's working for you, by all means. But for me, needing to give 30, 40 points risk a lot of the time, and sometimes more recently, given the market conditions, I wouldn't want to be in 10 contracts giving 50-point risk. You know, that's why. Richard, it's up to you. It's right at the end of the course. There's an email. Oh, you've already got my email. I can add you to the Discord if you want now. No problem. The only reason I do it at the end of the course is just because it means when you come in the Discord, you understand all the lingo. But lots of people like to come in earlier. But it's totally up to you, Richard. All right. I don't know if we're going to get that next move today. Maybe we do. If we come back under here, remember we're back into a failed auction and we come back down here. But honestly, the low-hanging fruit was there today. Once we swept, I probably could argue could have taken a cheaper trade here. So maybe there's room for improvement from me. But this made sense. Push, pull, held wick to wick, up we go. Whole market now green. Look at the difference. Apple green now. It's just going to help push this market higher. So all the time we hold above initial balance, we have a trend day up possibility. And it looks like that's what it wants right now. VIX just hanging around on that 24s. I want to see VIX, if we're going to go for that move into 270, 300 today, I really want to see VIX break down. Yeah, I'm not convinced we're going to do that move if VIX is holding in this demand zone between 24 and 23.65s. I'd want to see VIX break down underneath 23.65s if the market's truly going to do another, 200 odd points, 250 odd points higher. That's where my head would be right now. So I think we had a great trading day yesterday. We have a decent day today, not fantastic like yesterday, but decent day so far. We've got an hour left until lunch. How much higher can the market drift? It depends how many shorts are caught in it. It really depends how many shorts are caught in it. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'm here Monday to Friday from pre-market all the way into lunch. And we trade the same kind of setups every day. Same setups every day. We go through pre-market analysis and what I'm looking for, which has started to play out today. Now we just wait. Yes, looking strong. I don't love just how the VIX is acting yet, so not looking to add into a new long here. Would really want to see this prove to me. Tell you what, that last monthly candle on NQ was insane. Reviewing it all last night. What an insane monthly candle. All right, finding some sellers here. Maybe they come and sweep some of the late bulls out. Do they come back to the initial balance? How ES and everything else acts at the initial balance is key. VIX, again, trading at 24s. So I'm not looking to add into this long unless it really proves to me. I'd actually like it to move deeper first, trap some more shorts in. Raphael, I think if we're going to go today, the next supply zone, make sure all these line up. I've got 120 to 200 basically on my Ninja Trader, but I think we can trade up into here, 200 to 240, 270, 300 if it's really going to go for it. But you're going to need the VIX to play bull. VIX is not playing bull right now. We're in a squeeze. Like we're in a squeeze. That's it. I guess the question is, how much do they want to run the mag up into earnings tonight? I'll remind myself who's tonight. It's Apple and who tonight? Someone remind me, otherwise I'm going to have to check in Discord. Apple and Amazon tonight. And so it really depends. How high do they want to run those up? Ashpool all out at 20,037. It's a good trade, mate. Nice trade. Nice trade. It's trying to hold 50s. It's trying to extend. We're trying to hold the flow zones. Like I said, it's got room to go higher. Really don't think 200's out of the question. What's that old gap? We have filled it, but 118, 120, somewhere around there. Nice, John. Yeah, keep holding your runner, John. If you're good in it, keep holding your runner. Nothing wrong with that. Nice work, everyone. Just be careful. We are in a squeeze. If they want to come and sweep before doing it, they can. If we get stuck under here, this would be a failed auction. Right, just remember, we're up very high. We've just taken the main level. The main level I wanted to hit, we've taken out. This long red line here, this was a big, big level on higher time frame charts. We're just in a sort of drift higher. The reason it's drifting higher is shorts are absolutely cooked. They just keep trying to guess tops. I don't know why. That used to be me once upon a time. It's because you convince yourself, oh, this is up so high, it can't go any higher. Yeah, it can, and you're the reason. And once you learn that, trading becomes a little bit easier. How many people got short against this today, even though the momentum was going upside? They're like, yeah, we're short against this. This has to go lower. No, you just got wrecked. Right, so understanding levels is one thing. Understanding the momentum is another. Pull back in, convert these sellers into buyers, because when you cover your short position, you are buying back the market, which is why we're going higher. And now they keep adding into it, and they're adding into their pain, and we just keep running them over, and we're just going to keep going until they're completely exhausted and blown out. How will you know they're blown out? There'll be a big volume move, and they all get out of the way. And then you'll get buyers come in, piling in, trying to make it go higher, and then we'll use them to pull back. There's no reason to be short up here. Zero, in my opinion. Yes, exactly, Gus. Exactly what Gus said. It can stay irrational longer than you stay solvent. Squeezes can last a long, long time. All right. Think about the big squeezes that we've had over the years, not just in the overall markets. You can think about GME, AMC. You can think about some of the Chinese stocks. You can think about SMCI, all these things. Squeezes can last a long time. Yeah, quite right, Aaron. Bias and head in the sand can cause havoc, yeah. When you get fixed on a bias and you're just too belligerent, your ego gets in the way of you, like, this is going to go down, I'm going to keep adding into it. Then you're going to cause yourself problems. It's very, very simple, isn't it? We're bullish. We're bullish. We're gapping up. We have an outside day. We're going up. We don't think about shorting when we're bullish like that. Make it easy for yourself. Where was the short today when I said if we're going to get a short, it's going to be here? Never did we offer that. There's the trap. Never did we break down and retest to come back and back test this. Never. So there was no shorts for me today. I was not interested in shorting this market today. Make life easy for you. Understand the pro trend and the counter trend, when and where they're going to happen. If you don't understand that, do yourself a favor. Just do the course. All right? Spend a little bit of money and at least 20 hours of your time doing that course. 20 hours, 40 modules. Understand pro trends and counter trends. They will make your life way easier. Greg, but I hope so, my friend. Yesterday was just a power outage. That wasn't my computer. That was just my building. I don't even think it was a power outage. I think it was like a fuse because it was so quick. With Ninja, I think it's when I'm copying too many accounts together. I think that's the issue. So a bit of a pullback here. Do they trap more in to go higher? Just pulling back to flow zones, pulling back to that 50s where we just broke out from. Do they pull back in to go higher here? You got a new hourly bar here as well, folks. VIX trying to find a bid again. This is the one thing that has me a bit concerned. Is just it is just trading sort of sideways in a very tightening range. I want to see a bear flag on VIX and a breakdown. That's what will convince me that this market has the juice to go on a little lift off. If you're already in this, absolutely you can hold. Just hold your positions and enjoy the push. But otherwise, I would not be adding a new money long up here. There's a chance we can do a bit of a sweep here. And that's when they will trap in bulls if they're going to do it. I'm not telling you to take this short. I'm just saying there's a chance it can do a sweep here. And that's how they will trap in. Sorry, trap in bulls, trap in bears. If they can do a little bit of a flush move down, have shorts chase in, that's how they would get that move higher. It's what we saw yesterday a few times. Was this yesterday? It was overnight. And they did the same move as yesterday. Things like this. Right? This is shorts adding, shorts adding, shorts adding, shorts adding, squeeze. Bear trap, recovery, squeeze. Same signatures. Notice how they still liquidity, turn inside. Still liquidity, turn inside. They even did the same last night. Overnight. Oh, don't move that. Still liquidity, turn inside. You know who was short there? Mr. Top Step. Hilarious. How many monitors am I monitoring and talk and take trades? Yeah, it's. I'm going to be honest, Don. I get much more fatigued. I love doing this with you all, but it is tiring. It takes a huge amount of brain power. I find after the stream, I'm like, just like completely cooked and ready to sleep. But I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I love teaching you lot. There's nothing I love more than seeing the success of students. This week in stream, we've had a lot of students either make a lot of money or have groundbreaking progress. 20,200. Yeah, it's possible. It's right up here. Definitely possible. Definitely possible. I'd like to see something like 1, 2, 3 down here and then do it. But that's just me. That's just what I like to see. I like to see shorts pile in. You know, when we get that big fade, they pile in, and then we go right back up. And then if shorts are trapped down here, their stops are here, and we use it. So far, it's not needed to do it because it's caught them down here again. Probably caught them here and caught them here. So far, we're just using their pain to go higher. I'm going to be patient and wait for something to come to me, if at all. Might not come at all now. And that's okay. I've had my trade. I'm okay with it. Gotten it. The reset 2050. Nice, Raphael. It's holding flow zones very well there. Break and retest right here. This is where you want to get to. Possibly 300 if it can really go. And just remember, we are extended, so make sure you are like managing your trade position. If you get like a big blowout moment, that's a short getting blown out. You got to take profit into that kind of move. NQ starting to take over here. We're making higher highs on the NQ. We're not making higher highs on the ES. ES still trying to build out a 5-minute flag. Max up 25.1k. Hey, beautiful work, Max. There's a seller on the book now, 20,100. You're trying to drag the market up to him up there. You should not be short. All right, there's one thing. Bullish above initial balance. Bullish above previous day high. Bullish. Remember, above this, we're on an outside bar. There is no reason to be trying to short this. You are fighting against the trend. The trend is what? It's here. Zoom out. The trend is what? What is this trend? Zoom right out. Higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. That's the trend. That's what you want to follow. Make your life easy. Man, I'm tired. I tell you what's tired me out, shopping. Shopping is the worst. I used to like shopping. Waiting for your wife to try clothes on. I swear, I was sat in H&M for what must have been an hour. Next to another poor gentleman sat next to me. Both of us just waiting, falling asleep. I didn't bring my headphones. So I didn't want to be obnoxious and listen to a podcast. I should have bought something. VIX still at 24. You want to be careful here with the VIX. You want to be careful here with the VIX. If VIX starts to break out 24.10, previous day low 24.25s, and go back upside, you want to be a little careful here. Just manage your positions. You should be already in this long, looking for that drive up. No, I've never heard of it, JD. Titans of Tomorrow. What type of podcast is it? I like not really self-help podcasts, but like inspiring story podcasts. I quite like the Ant Middleton one. Yeah, John, just remember, plenty more opportunities. It doesn't have to be today. You can come back tomorrow, next week. No big deal. No big deal at all. Nothing missed. You just come back another day. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. I'm a bit done with a lot of the podcasts in the trading space. I used to really like Chat with Traders. I cannot stand it now. It sounds harsh, I know. But when Aaron was the presenter, like, it's got to be 3-4 years ago now, it was so good. It was so good back in the day when they had like Mike Katz and stuff like that. But now, I just can't. I can't. It it cringes me out. And some of the guests on it are complete frauds that they don't know about, and that just says a lot about the due diligence being done. And yeah, can't do it. Trading Nuts not bad, but not great information on there. I think he's a nice guy, good dude. Yeah, I like inspiring stories or a bit of comedy. Is it too late, J Nash? Well, I wouldn't be a buyer here, that's for sure, at high of day. Even if it goes higher, that's not a good thing to be doing, buying higher day. Founders, yeah, it's a good one. I also like Stephen. I'm gonna have to get it up. The young English guy. I've read his book as well. It's quite good. Diary of a CEO. That was it. Stephen Bartlett. It's quite good. Head Game, Ant Middleton. Quite like that. From what I taught yesterday, I see the volume on the pullback is going up versus pro trend candles. Volume on the pullback. I don't know. This pullback. We're just lacking volume altogether. This pullback was a bit higher, but it got absorbed versus this. But look at the push here. Look at the push here. Look at the pullback. I think it's all right. You're not going to get a huge amount of volume stepping in up here, other than on the moves up if shorts get blown out. If you get a move that sort of goes straight up and the volume goes straight up, that's if it's like a really high volume part, that will start signaling a short-term top, I would say. What they're looking to do is blow out every single short right now. Jay Nash, I'm new, starting fresh, and you teach me a lot. Giving you flowers? Sending me flowers? I'll take some flowers, mate. I prefer a pint. No, I'm glad you're learning, Jay Nash. Welcome to the team. Value of your puts is climbing despite going up. How far out are you, Stacey? Here goes ES, new high day. I have to zoom out here on ES a little second and just see where this is heading for. Closed the gap now on ES. Any further moves, sort of 712-ish. That gap fill we have just closed. Glad I just checked that. 672 was the gap fill. Close of the next candle, 711, if it can get up there. Max pain on the day, 773.75, which is basically the 200-day as well. Max pain if it's really going to go turbo. But we have filled the gap on the ES there. Let me have a look at the spiders just to double check it's in unison. Spiders can maybe trade up to 564.50. Geez, shorts are in so much pain. Just looking at these daily charts, I'm just like, wow, I would hate to have been caught short in this. Let me check the QQQ daily as well. QQQ daily, very, very key level here. 486.60. Pop that and you stop run. Oh, we just did it. There you go. Literally as I've just called it. Pop that and we stop run. There's the stop run. There's the 120. Now I have that marked out here on NinjaTrader. I don't have it marked out on TradingView. I wonder why. What chart is this based off? 4-hour chart. Yeah, okay. On a 4-hour chart, we have the next pivot here. So from the start of 120 now up to basically 200. 120 up to 200 on a 4-hour chart. I would say there's some supply here. I'm just going to draw that in. I'll show you what I'm looking at so you can see it when I do it. Let's take these off. I would say this guy here. We know sellers are there. They've shown it. Because last time we came up there, how do we know sellers are there? What did we do last time we came there? We traded down, we traded up, drop, base, drop. This is sellers. This is first time revisiting this area. We know there's strong sellers up there. Have to respect that there's strong sellers up there. Shorts are just getting squeezed out. Apple now 0.5% up on the day. So remember, Apple was 1% down, now 0.5% up on the day. You cannot fight this tape. This is what I was talking about. This right here is the type of thing which can sometimes signal the end or the top of it. Why? Because this is max pain. This is the shorts getting blown out. Look at the volume. That's them getting blown out. If we base above this, we can keep going. But those kind of volume signatures can sometimes signify it. That is someone getting blown out. Unless news just hit the wire, which I don't think happened, but I'm going to double check. That is the type of thing that you start to see. You had a 4-week bill auction. That's about it. Big levels here, I'd say. Momentum still upside. You can trade all the way up to 200 and then 300. Still possible if it can get over that last wick, 120 wick. TR, what do I mean by fighting the tape? Betting against what's happening. The tape is really just this, right? The tape would be like the time and sales, like the actual orders going through, which you're seeing by candles. So if the tape is going up, if candles are going up, do not try and make it go down. Join if it shows you it wants to go down. Don't force your way into it saying it can't go up any higher. That's why we're going up. There's lots of traders forcing their way in saying, hey, I'm short here, I'm short here, I'm short here. Yeah, exactly. Just drifting higher. Just use the bathroom. Be right back here, folks. So starting to see a little bit of more selling up here against that high that we just put in. Like we said, the volume can sometimes indicate it. If they just blew out shorts there, that's the type of thing that you kind of want to see if you're a reversal trader. I'm not saying that I'm a reversal trader, but that's the kind of signature that you'd want to see. If they base above that, that's a problem. Then they're going to go for a new leg higher. Taking up one, I'll take a big win on a slow day, 90 points. Hey, it's beautiful. Speaking of volume, can you mention the volume indicator on your TV trading view? The stock one I seem to have takes up too much space. This is just volume by Sati. This one, volume by Sati, I think it's called, or volume oscillator by Sati, something like that. Something like that. VIX still just trading around the 24s. It's just keeps coming down, finding a bid in the sort of 2380s, trading back towards 24s. It's very, very tight here, the VIX. Testing the 100s now. Momentum still very much upside in this market. The question is, can it do that 200-day test? Like we said, this might be a bit of an indication of a short-term top, not an overall top, just a short-term top. I'd say versus 100 now, absolutely key. Do they start finding some deeper sells? Because remember, bulls have been in the money that whole time. Do they want to go and run those bulls out? We talked about it. Steep trend line up. Do they want to do a flush, run the bulls out? That's what I would do if I was a market maker right now. I'd run the late bulls out and then reaccumulate it to go up higher. But what I would do and what they will do is not the same thing. But something like some form of something like this would be a nice move for them. Wash late bulls out and then go back upside. On the right chart? Yeah, I am. That's what I would do if I was them. Dunk it down. Strong trend. Dunk it down. Maybe sweep some of these guys. Find a bid. Go back up. Stream with hair down. You want to see how long it is? Do you know what? I'm going to do it. And I'll tell you why. Some absolute idiot started writing on like all my videos at the weekend. I had to ban him from from commenting, saying that I have fake hair. Mate, I'm not a, I've never been to Greece getting like this fake hair or Turkey or any of that lot. My hair is flipping long, mate. That is long. Long, long, long hair. Not fake. No, that is all mine. It's annoying. I want to shave it off. It drives me mad. So here we go. Him possibly a bit of a stop run now, like we talked about. I know, man. Hating on me because I'm almost 40 and I don't need a hair transplant. Give me a break. Not my fault. I got lucky. It's genetics. He's like, yeah, fake hair. I'm like, what fake hair, mate? My hair, my teeth, all real. All right, starting to see some selling coming in like we talked about here. I'd say if it pops up and starts to fail 100s, maybe they do that second leg down. Maybe that's where they trap bears. I don't know, though. That's just what I'm seeing. Again, VIX back to 24s. If VIX starts breaking out of 24s, let me go. Well, I've cut it a few times, but I had a skin up fade into COVID, and then I just didn't cut it during COVID. So I never had long hair until COVID. Then I just stopped cutting it. That was it. I was just like, right, I'm not cutting it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what it looks like. Might get a leg down here. You might get a little wash here, folks. They might try and do that little push up and a wash, and then that's where they're going to catch late bears at the bottom of that wash if they can. I'd say you need to watch. If they build this out here and flow zones start to turn, you might get that move down again. There's the volume signature. You would see, I was talking about that here. You will know when the top is almost in because you see something like that. That is it. That's a stop run. That is the biggest volume of the day. That is someone getting absolutely blown out. Someone who's added and added and added and added and added and added, and that is them getting blown out. And that's often the point at when the market will want to roll over. You will not find this information on any other free stream because I'm not even blowing my trumpet, but I just don't think they understand enough. Where did I learn this? Small caps. This was something, if I was a reversal trader in small caps, that's what I'd want to see. I'd want to see that kind of volume at the high. I know, Christy. Weird. Honestly, some of the hate I get on videos where I just, if I do a replay to teach, they're like, "You're not trading live." I'm like, I trade live every day. What do you want? I'm teaching. Do you go into a classroom and do you learn Shakespeare live? Crazy. Yeah, fake beard, fake glasses. Man, if I don't wear these, you guys are in trouble because I'm going to be calling numbers which don't exist. I cannot see. I am so blind. It is terrible. Too many years on the screens. Done me major damage. What made me start trading? I almost became a trader in my 20s when I graduated uni. Sorry, some people on stream would be like, "I've heard this, boring." But I went and interviewed in Dubai and Cairo, and then I just fell into other careers. Thank you, DK, you legend, remembering that every single time. Right, failing 100 again there. Fell into other careers and ended up getting into music and had a very successful career in music for a long time. Started off as just like a resident DJ in clubs, and then I was running doors in London and running parties in London. And then started releasing music in 2011, and by 2014, I had my first UK top 40 in 2015, 2014, can't remember. In 2015, I had my second UK top 40, and then I came into a bit of money, and I started messing around with it in the stock market. Didn't really fully know what I was doing. Started off by using eToro, and then went down the usual path of terrible courses that everyone does. While I was touring the world, probably the worst time to try and do something like that while you're touring the world with jet lag. But that's what I was doing, making every mistake you can make. And then it came into... Sorry, just seeing a headline hit there. Then I toured for 11 years non-stop all around the world with my DJ partner, and had a record label, sold my record label to Sony, and did very well. Had a great time, amazing experiences, and moved to LA 2 weeks before COVID. My wife took a job for Apple, so I moved, given that she'd put up with me traveling the world for so many years. It was time for me to give back. Did that. COVID hit. My agent died, unfortunately, passed away. Complications of cancer and COVID. And that made me really not want to tour anymore. And then I got into some weird political situation where I had sold a record. I'd sold some records to a guy who, I'm not going to say his name. Those of you who follow house music will know, but he was an absolute legend. Ended up taking his own life due to allegations of rape. I ended up knowing the person that he'd raped as well. It all got very, very messy. I went into a bit of a downward depression, if I'm honest, and I was like, no, I'm not going back into that world. I need a break. So I just focused on what I loved, and what I loved was the stock market. So I started educating more and more and more and more and more and more. and went full time during COVID, and then have never looked back. So that was it. So there you go. There's the long and short of it. I don't play out anymore. No, I mean I would for the right reasons, but I'm not really bothered. All right, so here's that second leg we talked about. Probably going to come down into one of these areas, and if they're going to trap, they're going to trap somewhere around here. If they let go of this, we go rotation, but you would imagine they'll try and hold this for a rotation back up. So that volume signature came in, we took it by a pip. There's your bear flag. There's the breakdown into some of these key areas. Again, called out ahead of time. Like I said, I'm not taking that trade, but if that was for you, it's opening up a little bit of profit for you. Yeah, now I'm helping people. I love helping people. Back down towards that 20,050, 20,044. These were big areas down here. We are in a sell right now. You're starting to see a pullback. Remember that hourly right now can pull back down to 20,000 if it wants, quite easily. 19,900s quite easily if it wants to. So that was a big squeeze up. You can see it. Shallow pullback, shallow pullback, shallow pullback, shallow pullback, shallow pullback, shallow pullback, blown up, right? Shorts add, blown up. Now they'd be like, I knew it was a short. I knew it was going to go down. Yeah, mate, you did, but your timing was off. All right, so just understand the signatures. They will help you. I'm not looking for longs right now because I know we've just blown out all the shorts. So you're either in this short versus this level here, or you're waiting for them to do some sort of trap to run back upside. Yeah, I absolutely do use bear flags and bull flags. It's that and inverse head and shoulders probably my favorite setups. Like I said, that was a short there for the second leg down. I'm just not trading it. I've made my money. I'm chilling out. I'm quite tired. And I'm expecting bulls to come back in again at some point. ES back to initial balance there, by the way. VIX trying to break out of that 24.10 that we talked about. It can run up to 24.20s if it wants to. Yeah, wild ride, Don. It's been a wild ride, but very blessed. You know, it's got to do something I enjoyed. I never thought when I started getting into music I would be able to tour the world. Pretty much every country you can think of, I have toured. New Zealand, Australia, China, all of Europe, South America, Colombia, like everywhere, literally everywhere. I had to pay out approve. I had 2 payouts approved today, and they were my first one since I started trading 11 months ago. And before that, I didn't know what trading was. Thanks, Alex, for the fantastic course and to be here with us. Hey, Marek, so proud of you, mate. Well done. Well done. So ES tried to find a bid on that initial balance high. NQ not there yet. Do I like living in LA after being in all those places? I've got a love and hate relationship with living in LA, to be honest. It's not a very walkable city. What I loved about living in London, I didn't like London. The crime rate's too big. It's changed a lot over the years. I used to love it, but I love the architecture of London and all those things. In LA, it's very boring, like visually, other than the mountains and the sea, which is fantastic. It's the best reason for being here is the nature. But it's not walkable, would be the one bad thing I'd say. The weather's amazing, not walkable, and stupid expensive. Ridiculously expensive. And it's the worst place in the world for me to be for trading. I cannot think of anywhere worse to be. Getting up too early, it kills me. Ventura County. I used to surf down there at C Street. C Street. I used to like surfing there. I take my dog down there sometimes. Yeah, Sydney's nice. I didn't love Sydney as much as like Brisbane I really loved. Texas I like. Austin, I went there last year for the Grand Prix. Those in stream would have seen me. I really liked Austin. That was my first time. Thought it was very cool. Holding those deep pullback flow zones and this big key level. This is the big over-under, all right? So if they trap around here and they start to reprice, then we go back upside. If they get under here, they're going to come for initial balance, and these kind of levels, again, they can trap and go upside there. If they get stuck here, we can go down here. What I might do, let's add an anchor in off high of day. That's your sell point. This is where they are selling against. So that's your bias of whether sellers are in control. I've been to Jamaica, but not for work. So we're in a bit of a sell here. Market trying to find, VIX trying to find a bid here in front of 24. If VIX builds a flag here, we're going to go lower on the market. If VIX starts fading back down underneath 24, then we just go probably back upside on the range. But it's finding bids at a key level. Right, so the question is here, do we do this move down, or are they going to reclaim? Is this the reclaim to go back up? Obviously, I'd prefer deeper because it makes it cheaper to buy back. We're almost in lunch as well, very aware of that. Yeah, I'll probably go back to the F1 again. Miami this weekend as well, isn't it? So this weekend? Pretty sure it's Miami this weekend. ES finding a bid here, folks, on its initial balance. VIX back at 24s. Big levels here. It's got to make its decision here. Either we're going to get a pop higher or we're going to get that bear flag break down towards the initial balance. It's built liquidity out here nicely. Either we're going to get this move here, or we can get this move here, and you can join long afterwards. You don't need to be guessing. Right now, I'd be leaning short, but your counter trend, any short today, you have to take profits quick. You are counter trend short. Every time frame on the market wants to move higher other than this 1 minute right now. And even now, you are holding the deep pullback flow zones. Max your 30 contracts since we hit 20,050. Woo! Did you take some profits, mate? 30 contracts of what? NQ or MNQ? That's some serious flipping size. ES is still above its initial balance. VIX is trying to hold 24. This is like some key areas here of like whether we break down or not. Here's the bear flag. They're trying to break it down now. They're going to go for that IB. Stops are down here underneath this current swing. They're trying desperately to break this down to go for that initial balance. I don't know if they got the juices, but that's what they're trying to do. Nice rejection there on ES. Those old highs, sort of 35s. I'd be watching that move into 35s. If we start snapping underneath 40s, probably get a quick snap to 35s. If we break that, we go IB. If they keep absorbing here, then they trap those shorts in. You'd probably rather it goes lower first to trap more shorts in, but they're going to do whatever they want to do. VIX starting to go now, 24.17. So my bias right now, if VIX starts reclaiming previous day low, I think we go lower. It's a battle, though. Multi-time frame battle. They're trying to get that bear flag for that new leg down towards the IBs. Starting to break here. Can they get that breaker structure? Bears need that breaker structure for that snap. VIX getting a little bit tight here and a little bit stuck, and he needs to get through 24.20s if these bears are going to get what they want. So far, just absorbing those deep pullback flow zones. My bias right now, if VIX can get going, my bias is that we get a bit of a flush here. But VIX is going to have to get going through that 2420s, through previous day low. And ES probably going to have to let go of the initial balance. Right now, we're in trend up until that proves otherwise. VIX tapping on the door, previous day low. Can't get through it yet. Big decision points here. If they absorb this and go higher, the shorts will get wrecked. You would expect them to do one more leg lower first, in my opinion, but they might not need to. They're holding this key level. This was the key level of liquidity that we ran into earlier. Make sure I'm on the right time frame for you. Yeah. So I'd say sort of from 70s, 44s to 70s is key over under here right now. Does it do a breakdown here? I'd expect it to break down, but VIX cannot get through that previous day low. Just rejected it. Big levels here, folks. Someone's going to get hurt soon. I was going to say we should go lower, but just the VIX is making it hard. If VIX breaks out of the previous day low, we're going to go lower, back down to sort of 20,000. These are big levels down here. Bear flag trying to break down. They're trying to absorb it. Same levels. They haven't really swept anyone down here yet. Here we go. There's the stop run. Can they send it lower now? Can they go down to 20,000 or not? VIX still not through previous day low. We're coming into lunch, only 20 minutes away. Yeah, Don Trades, you should be. Is it not posting it? Get it up for you. Replicando. There you go. And use Flow Zone 20 should give you 20% off. All right, here's the big level. They break this, they're going to try and come into here. VIX previous day low now. ES right on to initial balance. So that bear flag starting to play out. Starting to play out. They're looking for this move here at the moment. This is a huge level, higher time frame. 2420s, 2424s now. VIX through previous day low. No close above it yet, but it's there. Got another minute left on this 5-minute bar. I mean, this counter trend, looking for this move lower now. See if we can get through 30s. Just small size here. I mean, counter trend. Don't want to get stuck. ES right to that IB. Here we go. 30s now. Taking a little bit off here. I know it's a huge level, this. This is basically an RBS. And this is blue now. Should have done that earlier. So this is resistance. We expect it to become support, which is why I'm taking a partial here. It might not need to come down here if they support this action. Think about how we've moved. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Support, support can become support for that move. Fail under. Then we get down into this level here. Much easier if you waited for the sell. Think about all the shorts you kept trying all the way up here. All we had to do was wait for structure to be on their side. Front side of the move, back side of the move. Here we go. 30s. Stop moving into the money now. VIX starting to get going now. So what you want to see. Apple coming back towards its close price. So that will be key for sentiment, I would say. Yes, underneath initial balance. Now, if ES starts failing IB and starts failing its RBS levels, it will trade back down to VWAP 52. So there's a 10-point trade down here if it starts failing on the ES. If. Here we go. Lovely. Can we get any more juice out of this? Remember, make sure you are taking some profits. We are counter trend. Do not expect this to give back the whole day. This is a pullback leg. I expect buyers to come back in at some point unless something drastically changes. Where will they use the liquidity? If they catch it anywhere around here, that's the long. Once you get back above VWAP, back above flow zones, create right shoulder, that would be the long. Until then, we're short counter trend. Lovely, beautiful, beautiful. I have a mix of both, Mr. Slim. I have a mix of both. I actually prefer the 50Ks. Once you build the buffer, then it makes no difference really, and they're easier to build a buffer and get take payouts from. But it all depends what size you want to trade. Still breaking down here. Pop's still failing so far. Everything in a sell here. How low do they want to take it? Remember, your counter trend, you've got to be paying yourself some money. We're into that RBS level. You have to be paying yourself some money. We expect buyers to come in. VIX starting to really push here. 2430s. Need to see a new breakdown here. If we fail to break down here, I'll probably end up taking this off. Don't really want it above 40s or 42s, whatever that is there. I want to see a new breakdown here and a new flush. VIX flushing, VIX pushing, ES trying to flush. I want to see NQ do the same. Needs to break down here underneath these lows. If it fails to break down, here we go. Lovely. So we can look for a new leg lower. Can we get into the initial balance now? Can we get into VWAP even? Don Trades Gold. Bro, your flow zone indicator signals on screen with no confluence is better than me after 8 months of learning to trade. And they're just based on a lot of back testing. And you can make it even easier for yourself once, I don't know if you've done the course, but basically you can ignore, if you use the lower time frame, all right, and you take buys above the lower time frame, if you're going to take this sell, you know it's a counter trend underneath the lower time frame, we can trade down towards the higher time frame. So I'm going to go over this more and more and more for people in the course. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. So SPY looking like it wants to trade down towards VWAP, possibly down towards its orb. We're seeing some covering here on the tape, but VIX looking really good here. 2432s now, starting to break out to the upside. Just what you want to see. Just manage your stop. If you're in this short with me, just manage your stop. No need to force anything. I don't know how many of you are still here. I haven't checked the stream for a little bit. Most of you probably, knowing you lot, made your money and left. 150 of you. Not bad, not bad. How do we get this stream up to 6.1K where they teach you to lose? That's what I want to know. All right, Apple coming into PDC here. Big, big levels here. Apple might go green to red here. Yeah, I think ICT's got like 1 million followers. His teachings aren't terrible. His teachings aren't terrible. He rehashes and overcomplicates stuff and talks a lot of bullshit, but his teachings aren't terrible. He's not a trader, but his teachings aren't terrible. All right, so flow zone's about to cross the deep pullbacks here. Your next level down we're looking for will be the purple line, IB high, Underneath that, the lower time frame algo, the blue line. Underneath that, the green line, which will be your VWAP, and then the New York Open. Yeah, I know, Yulimar. I know. I hate social media. I hate social media. I think I was talking to my wife about this last night. I think it's destroying humans. I really think it is destroying the human race. The most popular job a kid asks to do now is to be an influencer. What are you influencing? Absolutely fucking nothing, mate. Most influencers, what are they doing? Shaking their tush, showing you, here's another TP, showing you what they're eating for breakfast. What's their skill? What is their skill? Nothing. They've got no skill. It's terrible. And that's the world we're becoming. Like, everyone thinks they're an influencer now. I absolutely hate social media. That's another reason I left the music industry. I can't stand having to like post everything all the time. Like, no, judge me on my music, come and have a dance. That's the other thing with DJs. They think it's about them right now. Everything's about them behind in the decks, like them dancing, what they're doing, all about me and my life. No, your job is to make people on the dance floor have a great time. People have paid a ticket. Your job is to make sure they have the best possible time. It is not about you. But that's the world we live in now. Everything is like so self-centered and about that, like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I think it's so dangerous, man. It's toxic narcissism. Yeah, no, exactly. I agree with all of you. Terrible. That's why I'm not good on, like, I don't promote on Instagram. You would have seen it. I do YouTube, I do this, and I do educational videos because that's a skill. It's useful information. Every YouTube I follow is either comedy or it's useful information. So yeah, it's why it's, you know, I think I'm probably carrying myself a bit different to a lot of other people. All right, initial balance here, lower time frame algo right here. We expect bids to come in probably somewhere around here. This is a decent pullback. If we think about a fib as well, let's think about a fib from low of day to the high of day. Right, maybe we move into 50% or golden zone somewhere around here. Maybe we found a bid around there. I don't know. But we're just holding these shorts until the bulls fully step in. But you should be taking profit along the way, folks. All right, so first TP, probably somewhere in here. Second TP, these guys here. Third TP, these guys here. Runners for a breakdown here. I doubt we get there, but you never know. It's like yesterday. I didn't think we'd go for the huge drive in the afternoon. I thought we'd do it today, but we did it. So we can only trade what's in front of us. ES trading right into that lower time frame algo, coming into VWAP. SPY at the VWAP right now. QQQ coming into VWAP right here, right now. We're seeing some selling. Apple now gone red on the day, folks, like we talked about. We're seeing some selling. Just hold the short. You look good. Hold the short. Make sure you're paying yourself. Move your stop down. All right, remember I was getting short in here. Hold this. Decent position already, like 60 points. Remember what I say all the time, don't fight the tape. Volume exchange. Go back and watch the video. I think around here I was saying we'll get a short-term top once we see a blowout. That's the short blowout. Backside. There's split the day in half. Backside. Now we're looking for shorts. Bear flags. Anchor VWAP. Sells on flow zones. Backside of the move. We don't buy this. You do not buy against this. They just blew all the shorts out. Do not buy against it. Buyers probably got trapped up here. They're going to start getting stuck. We expect a bounce, but when do we buy it? When we see something like this, right? And we can buy and the flow zones can help us. Until then, hey, another TP, locking some more in here into VWAP. What a trade, guys. What a trade. Beautiful. Lots of you in this with me, hopefully. Whoa, there's New York Open. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Fantastic. VIX on an absolute screamer right now. This is what we want to see. Everything lining up perfectly. Lots of W's in chat, please, if you're in this with me. Fantastic. Back into the opening range. Woohoo! Here we go. Moving my stop down now. I'm going to move my stop to VWAP now. Not going to give back more than that. Two for two. We got the long, we got the short. We just had to be patient. Those who waited with me getting paid. What a beauty! Oh my God, we are melting. All right, moving my stop down now underneath that last swing. I'm going to move it to 60. It takes me out, it takes me out. That must be a golden zone retracement. We just measured that, and I was like, oh, we're not there yet. Yeah, and we're there. That happened so quick. All right, all right. Make sure you're paying yourself. Did anyone get that with me? Hopefully some of you got that with me. What an absolute beauty. Max out for the day, $43,000. Nice work. Donna Smith saying thank you, beautiful green day. Holding one more NQ short from 20,450, 20,046. Sorry, I read that wrong, Aid. Nice work. Beautiful work, team. Hey, lovely work. Look at all of you making money. Aid with the win, Donna with the win, JD with the win, Trader Jens, Max, Thumper, Clint, Chris, Brian, Raphael, Michael Pope, Christy, Brandon, Scott Sullivan, Yulamar missed it. Don't worry, nothing missed. You get the next one. Ramus, Mr. Slim, Indicator, Nick saying win and pass my eval. Well done, Nick. Lovely work. There's a couple of you passing evals today. Great work. Great work. Lots of new names I'm seeing here as well. Hopefully you start turning up regular. I'm here every single day. What is the delay on YouTube stream? It's between 2 and 6 seconds. It's the slowest. The fast slowest? Get that right way around. It's the least it can be. Rose, nice work, Rose. So starting to see a bounce here on the golden zone. A little bit of recovery. Look at the VIX through PDC now. VIX trying to get going. Where does this market go? All the way back down to where we found buyers this morning. Remember, we found buyers down here. You'd expect some form of retracement, and either they sell this back into here or they use this and go all the way back up. But here comes VWAP test. Remember, that was a big flush down there, folks. That was a really, really, really big flush down. Are we going to keep going lower? How low can we go? Are they going to let this go? It'd be amazing if they did. Can you imagine if they gap filled it today? Jeez. It'd be wild, wouldn't it? Maybe cup and handle. Yeah, like absolutely. If they want to do that, if they want to close this, you can wait for it here. You can even wait for it under. Nothing's changed from earlier. Remember we said the best shorts probably happen under here. Why did we take this short? Because we hit supply. What was the signature? Volume. You can see it right here. What did we wait for? Failures. What's the pattern? Continuation. Did we guess the top? Did I guess the top once today? No. I told you it was probably in, but did I guess the top? No. I waited. I traded it down. Right, hopefully, take that away from you today. If you're the type of person that guessed tops and bottoms, you don't need to do it. You do not need to do it. It was the worst habit I used to have. I used to have that habit really bad. It used to absolutely wreck me. I can remember being in positions of real money down 20, 30,000 because I kept adding into losers like an absolute mug. Do not do it. Yeah, totally, Don. They're very, very powerful. There are people on stream that use them. I'm currently building an algo for them. Does anyone know if I hit my profit target on TPT in 3 days, can I flip the next 2 days? Yes, you can flip the next 2 days there, Richard. So you can just trade micro in and out, and you're done. How do I handle emotional management? I just hit 30% of my portfolio, but I want to stay in. I'm not sure what you mean. You just hit that. You're down 30% on your portfolio long term. I mean, if you're long term down on an up day, don't really understand unless you're short and everything. The volume indicator, it's Sati volume. Sati vol. This one, Sati volume stack. Sati volume stack. I see the cut, but where's the handle? There's no handle yet. There's no handle yet. You'd need the cut to complete. It might try and do it here, but you need the better one is here or underneath. There's no handle yet. It was just someone talking about maybe a cup and handle. There's no handle yet. They were just saying what might set up. They're calling what might set up in the future, not what's already set up. All right, we're actually into lunch. Wow, that went quick. Today went quick, folks. Any questions before I leave you all? We'll be back tomorrow. My brother is asking if he can take profit trader. Can he make 800 a day for 5 days and it be okay? 8, 16, 24, 30. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no worries. All you got to do is get to $3,000 in 5 days. You can do it in a minimum of 2. You can do it in 50 days if you want. It doesn't matter. Take as long as you need. Long as you need. Any questions before I sign off here, folks? Another fantastic trading day. I absolutely love trading with you lot. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be honest. The only reason I think I trade anymore is to trade with you lot. I really enjoy it. I get so much satisfaction, especially out of you lot in Discord. I absolutely love trading with you guys. I love seeing how well you're doing at the moment. I know for some of you it's been a long and emotional journey, but it is well worth it when you start to feel it click, isn't it? It's well worth it. Rejecting VWAP there, folks. ES is staying heavy here. All right, do not fight the tape. Do not fight the tape. If this wants to stay heavy, you need to stay in shorts. Do not fight it. Do not be entering shorts late, though. All right, do not be entering shorts late. But if this wants to stay heavy down here, and if you get the break under and a retest and it stays heavy here, it can come all the way back down to here. It's very possible we go 600s if it wants to stay heavy. What I will say is as you get in towards the end of the day, be very careful into power hour. You saw what happened yesterday on earnings. I warned everyone in Discord. This was the last 10 minutes. Woof. Okay, this is all from earnings. You have the same thing today. Amazon and Apple, the two biggest companies in the world, have earnings today at the bell. Be very, very careful. It's not just going to matter the profits that they post. It's also going to matter the guidance that they give. Just remember that. The guidance will matter. Love you guys. Have a great session. Be careful over lunch, please. Those in Discord, I am going to jump in. I have to walk my dog now very, very quickly. I'll jump in and speak to you very quickly now. And I'll be back in the afternoon-ish for a little bit. But I think we made really good money here today. Great work, team. Big love. Use hard stops. Use hard stops. Peace out.